Alright, so I've got two of these engines that I need to be able to move around, and my software engineer arms are too weak to do that. So I'm going to try to make a dolly of some sort. My thoughts are I'm going to make a mount thing that bolts onto that engine mount, and I hoped that these holes are threaded, but they don't seem to be. I don't know if they were just used during manufacturing to handle the block, but I am going to create like a pogo pin or something on the dolly trolley to poke in there, and that way it should be quite secure enough to just move around. I don't want to start it in the mount or anything. I just want to be able to lift these up and scoot them around on little wheels. Alright, so my first plan was to make those little brackets over there and then cut them so that I can weld this on and be level, and then align it so that I can put another bracket between that hole and the pipe. And now I thought to myself, as I've got that mocked on there, nothing's welded yet, I can just continue that bend past 90 so that it goes straight down and make everything a lot easier to align. Let me do that. Okay, so let me try to do this all with one hand. The plan is to weld that on securely at the end, and on this side, lift it up, weld it on there. Oh, fell out. Okay, anyway, that's the plan. Okay, so just a test fit, finger tight over there, and it fits perfectly. That bolt goes in there, same on this side. So now what I want to do is drill holes so that I can bolt this cross brace on here. That way I can literally assemble the stand around the engine and not have to lift the engine onto the stand. I think that'll look nice. Alright, so she's out of the garage. What a mission. My plan to bolt the frame onto the engine without lifting the engine was a dumb idea, because once the wheels are on, it's too high, then you have to lift the engine in anyway. So yeah, that sucked. Now I still need to poach two wheels from this frame that I made to scoot the car around in the garage so that I can work around it. I stole the other two on the other side. I'm going to need to get something more heavy duty for these, because this is not strong enough. But they'll be fine for the engine stand. I used two other wheels temporarily. They seem stronger than the big ones, but now the whole thing is lopsided, so I'll want to put the two bigger ones on here as well.
One eternity later.
Okay, so we have our first sunny day in weeks, it feels like. And so I'm going to capitalize and do a bit of outside stuff. I want to make a tripod frame thing to hook my block and tackle on so that I can lift engines and other heavy stuff. I've got these two 6 meter long, looks like 50mm galvanized piping. It's spares from another project, actually just scrap that I was going to throw away, but don't throw away stuff like this. And I think it's going to work nice. I'm going to split that one in two 3 meter lengths, and then this one I'm going to cut where it's got that whammy. It's from an old carport, and the previous guys must have had a roof rack on the car or something and knocked into it there. So I'm going to cut it there, so the one leg's going to be longer than the other two, which is going to be ideal. So the two shorter legs will go over the car closer to the windshield, and the longer one will be over the nose. Small problem, these holes are just not big enough. So I'm gonna have to see if I have a drill bit big enough to ream that with. I don't know if I do, but let's go check. Layla, you are not wearing eye protection. You can't be here. Good thing this is not a car I care about. Neighbors also capitalizing on the good weather, so I can hear their lawnmower. Alright, so that'll do just fine. I've got way more than enough clearance. Obviously it can be tweaked more. Center of gravity, weight, whatever isn't in the right place. It's gonna have to come forward again, forward a bit, but that's also fine. In fact, it'll just make things easier. So in theory, this will look nice. Now, I need to move this guy. I'll put the date in the video from when I actually pulled it out of that car. It must be 3 months by now. It's just been sitting here and the wife's tired of it. So I need to get this out of the way. I built an engine stand a while back with little wheels so that I can cart them around. I'm gonna pick this up, put it on the engine stand, and then get it out of here. Okay, so I first need to get the other engine off the stand. So this is my plan. I still need to weld on the rear 2 wheels, which I'll also do now when it's off the stand. I've got it propped up underneath 2 blocks there. Got the jack precariously hooked onto the rim of the sump. I'm gonna jack it up until I can get some more blocks in underneath the rim over here. Just 2 long pieces, hoping that these 2 will work well. You know, obviously propped up on some bricks, and then lower it down, bolt the stand off, and then the thing should be sitting on the box. That's the idea. It's probably going to tip over and break my hand, so I'm going to record the whole thing and maybe we see some action. So that was probably the worst welding I've ever done. But anyway, I'm not going to show you what it looks like, because you don't need to see that. It'll stay between me and my maker. Yeah, I've got to go around to town quickly, and then let's move that engine. So that typical aluminium steel weld thing happened here. This engine mount bolt is one with the aluminum casting. So I'm going to heat it, penetrating oil, heat penetrating oil, cycle it like that, and then see if I can get it loose.
Ooh, that was scary.
So I want to clean up the other engine mount to see if there's anything under here that I can grip with. It looks like there might be a nut here. Then I can clean that one up, put a wrench or a socket underneath it, and turn that nut out if it doesn't want to just pull out. Yeah, there's a nut here.
Old block and tackle and old engine.
Yeah, I don't know which one is older.
The engine.
Probably the engine.
Oh!
Oops.
Something happened. Something scary.
We're not underneath it, it's fine. Okay. Righty tighty, lefty loosey, maar is nou onderste boer.
So it's opposite. Righty loosey, lefty
tighty.
tighty. Wait.
Moet ek net weer neer. There we go.
So the other one, the threads were stripped.
Yeah, it's not supposed to be threaded in.
Is it? Not supposed to.
No. It's just corrosion between the aluminum part and the steel bolt that's catching it.
It's catching a thread.
It's creating a thread that shouldn't be there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I seem to have lost my cameraman. I went and created or made these little spacers, just some square tubing that I cut pieces and drilled 2 holes in to drop this cross beam thing down to below the gearbox. Only problem is now my wheels can't turn around anymore. Bad design, didn't think about it. Layla, don't get underneath the thing, please. Ah, Layla! Ado! No. Yeah, so it's going to limit my motion. I'm going to put that galvanized sheeting underneath it, because if I lower it down, it's just going to sink into this soft soil. And then I can start to move it. It's about time. Did a nice core drill there. Looks to be about what, 15 centimeters deep. Nice. There's a lot of water on this board that I actually think comes from out of the gearbox. That's a big problem. I'm gonna have to open that up and take a look. What a mission. Okay, so I've gone backwards and forwards on this so many times, and I'm probably going to do that again even more as time goes by. That engine I got from a subscriber who turned his Borgward electric. I'll link the video in the description below in case you didn't know that. This one comes out of the car that I bought, which I'm probably going to end up scrapping because of all the rust. Just figuring out paperwork. No gearbox on that one because the electric guy kept the gearbox. He connected his electric motor straight to the gearbox of the Borgward. That's pretty ingenious. You guys must go watch that video. And then this one, we're pretty sure, the one that I bought, at some point was oil starved because there was no filter in the canister. Oil was extremely sludgy. Like when I took the rockers off, when I took the head off, like all the oil passages were, in my opinion, blocked. I cleared it all out, had diesel, so had it sat with diesel in it for a couple of weeks, drained the diesel, flushed it through a couple of times. There's currently clean oil in it, just a little bit to make sure that it is moisture can't get to the main bearings. I'm probably going to dump that oil again and take the spark plugs out and run it with diesel in to circulate diesel through, not run it like with a starter motor, just turn the engine, cycle it so that it can cycle diesel through all the oil passages. I've heard many people say to do that, and I've heard many people say not to do that, but to me it makes sense. I'm going to do that. That one I'm not going to touch because I believe it's in good condition and recently rebuilt, so I'm just going to clean it up. So what I'm going to do now is go to the hardware store, get some eco-friendly engine degreaser or grease remover or something that I can spray on here with my foamer from my pressure washer, wash it, and then all the water is going to run down like into my garden, so it needs to not kill stuff and yeah, be bad. So I need to go find something that's a good product. If you know of any good products, please comment it. I don't have the facility to catch everything and have it recycled like I do with my oil that I take to oil recycling places. Anyway, it's probably the end of this video. I don't know. We'll see you around.